We're live. Hi, everybody. We're live. If you can't quite see me yet, hang in there. So I'm just going to be completely transparent and upfront. This is my first ever Google Hangout, like as in first ever having done one, first ever having been in one. So I'm asking all of you to be really forgiving. I see that it's the first one for some of you as well. But I'm super excited. I've been really excited all week. Everyone has been amazing. You've been playing, you've been posting answers to the clues. Look, if you're brand new and you don't know anything about that, it's all going to be explained tonight. We're going to have a great time. The only thing I really ask up front is, again, be forgiving on the technology. I wanted to see if this was well received, honestly, if everyone really liked it. If they like the feel of it, it helps me. I feel like we're really connected. We're going to do a couple things to see how connected we are in just a few minutes and say hello to each other. But it looks like this is fun and everybody was really excited. So if I decide to do more of these, which is the plan, then we'll just get better and better at it and we'll learn together and technology will get a little bit better. If there's a lag in my voice when I'm talking, just bear with it. As long as you can hear me, that's the important thing. You won't really as much need to see me, but I will be sharing some slides. We're going to go through all of those clues that I posted this week. You guys are awesome. You were guessing. You were right on. You are so with it. You're all so sharp. You really get what Big Dream Awakening is all about. And I'm just excited to share more and see where this takes us. So, before we get started, I want to do a special introduction. I have a partner with me behind the scenes here, and she's my right-hand person. She definitely is a huge supporter for me, and I asked her to join in just to help me kind of keep an eye on things so I could focus on you, and I could focus on sharing some fun information. So I'm going to bring Debbie up here just to say hello to everyone. Debbie will be keeping an eye on some of the questions and answers, and there she is. Hi, Debbie!
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited. We've been working on this for like a week now, and I'm sure Nicole has been working on it a heck of a lot longer than that, but I know we're super excited for this, and thank you, everybody, for joining.
Perfect.
I met Nicole a few months ago, right, and worked with her, and it was absolutely fabulous, so I'm excited.
Here. Well, she is definitely, I have so many favorite people. You know who you are out there. We're going to say hello in a minute, but I definitely wanted to give a super warm welcome and thank you to Debbie. So Debbie's going to help me keep an eye on things, and I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get this party started. So first things first, welcome. Get comfy. You know, are you comfy? You got your comfy clothes on, grab a beverage of choice. This is totally casual. If anybody knows me, they know I love to hang out. I love to talk. I love to share. And I definitely love to be comfortable. That's the most, you know, the best thing for me is to help people feel comfortable. So just settle in. I know some of you have friends over. You're watching this together. That's awesome. I think that was just such a great idea that you were doing that and make it a real party. And so other than that, I definitely want you to get comfortable. I want you to expect great things. You know, that this is something new for all of us. I am thankful you're going through it with me together. I definitely want you to relax. Just relax. In fact, most of us, well, if you're like me, you've been rushing around all day, working, taking care of business, right? And I know for me, I had to hurry up and get home and get everything set up and make sure I was ready for you. And I was feeling a little, you know how that can get, right? You feel a little tense. So everybody, wherever you are right now, I just want you to take a nice deep breath in. Just take a deep breath in and just let's let all the day, just let it go out to the universe. And let's take another deep breath to just really settle in and get present here with me. I want you to just connect with me and really let's connect our energy no matter where you are on the globe right now. We're going to check in on that in just a few minutes. Just take another deep breath and really focus in right here on my voice and become really present with me right now. Awesome. All right, the other thing we're going to do and I'm going to ask of you is to really be open tonight. If you have a notebook and a pen, if you have a dream journal, I know I had some questions this week, should we have a pen and paper? Totally up to you. If you just want to sit back and relax and experience, awesome. If you feel like things might, need to be remembered and you love to take notes, then definitely go grab a notepad, pen. I'll be right here. I'm not going anywhere for a while, so you can take some notes and see what applies for you. And next thing, I want you to post. If you have questions, if you have comments, please post them. This is a party. A party is not just me speaking, it's really hearing from you. I want to hear from you. So right now, if you're watching with us right now, post where you're watching from. Post if you're watching with friends. Just say hello. Let us know that you're out there so that we can start to see who's all with us in this party. That'll be awesome. I know we have people from all over the place. It's not just here in Wisconsin. If you don't know me, in case you can't tell, I have a Wisconsin accent, but that's all right. It's all fun. So post your comments. That'll be a lot of fun to see. And we'll be keeping an eye on those as well. And don't mind me, I'm going to be clicking back and forth here. And as I already said, I said, be forgiving. Let's just play and have some fun tonight and see where this takes us. So earlier, somebody very special to me, Donna, had made a post that she was really excited for me because I'm getting all choked up already. We haven't even started yet. She was excited that my big dream was coming true, and she was so right. The fact that we're here right now, that we're connected, that we're going to be sharing this evening together is, and Debbie was right, it took a lot of, I don't know that it took a lot of planning. It did take a lot of dreaming, and it took a lot of blending of ideas and taking inspired action. And there was a time in my life where I would have never, ever thought that I would be sitting here in front of you, sharing my story out in the open, sharing my philosophies, and hoping that some of it would touch you in a way that would make an impact, that would move you to want to take some action and help you feel like anything is possible. My life was not always that way. There was probably a part of me that always wanted to believe something better was waiting for me. That I had quite a few moments, I guess, where I would think to myself, is this all there is? This is it for me? Hard times, we all have hard times, we have adversity, but something always pulled me forward. And I listened to that inner strength, that voice that always said, no, there's got to be something, just keep going. You just have to keep moving forward. And I'm sure many of you can relate to that. Or even those moments where you feel like, I don't know how I'm going to move forward. I don't know how to get through this, right? Everyone right now, I'm sure if you pause, you can think of a time, oh yeah, there was that time. There was that time when I didn't know how I was going to get through it. But you did, and you're here. And that's what tells me that there is something amazing that is still coming your way. Even if you're in an amazing place right now, even if you think, I don't know how life could get any better, it can. And it will, and there are things that are waiting for you, just like they were waiting for me. So yes, tonight is a dream come true for me. And we're going to get into all the things that really put this together, how the things that I learned helped me to make the right turns in life, helped me to climb the right hills and learn the right lessons and put everything together so that I now get to have the moments where I think, this is really my life. I get to live, this is my life. And it just continues to get better and better. And I want you to know that that is what is in store for you. It's like a layer and another layer and another layer. And we keep adding and we keep adding. And it just gets more beautiful no matter where you're at. It does not matter where your starting point is. I really want to put a lot of focus on the harder the times are for you, the harder that it has been, the greater the victory that is coming for you. That means that you have been in preparation. Your dream has been incubating, and you are stronger than you've ever been. And I want you to know that you're going to come out on the other side And I'm here to help you, and I'm here to tell you that doing it doesn't have to be hard. There was a time in my life as well where I felt like the harder I worked, the more it seemed to push my dream away. No matter what I did, it was like I'm thinking the right things, I want the right things, I believe in the right things, and yet it kept moving farther and farther away. We're going to talk about why that is toward the end here. So let's get into it. What do you say? I see Marge from Oshkosh is here. Woohoo! Hi, Marge. Who else do we have? Donna's here from, oh, let me say it right, Brilliant, Wisconsin. Hello! Love you, ladies. All right, we're going to get into some fun. Keep posting. I'm reading. And I will definitely try to keep up with everything. And Shauna is here from Canada. Woo! That's traveling the globe. Look at us all coming together. This is awesome. I'm going to get into some of the answers to our clues. Like I said, all of you posted amazing answers. I loved it. I loved the energy. So here we go. I'm going to put the right screen up for you to see, and Debbie's going to give me the A-OK that I did it all right. Am I good, Debbie? Can you see my screen there? Yes, ma'am, she says. All right, moving on. All right, that there is, that's my party face, in case you're wondering. Here we go. So countdown clue number 1 that I posted, which seems so long ago, but it was only a week, hard to believe. Detroit has one. C.S. Lewis did too. It's a symbol of authority and command over subconscious thought, and a reminder for each of us that we are born powerful and divine. Now, the answer to that clue, of course, was, there he is, there's my lion. And there's a little story. You know, if you look at the banner on my website, give me one moment here. If you look at the banner on my website, there's actually a story that came together, and that's what put all of this, this beautiful scene that you see here. It's like a little story. Oh, it looks like we have Bobby, Shar, and Lisa watching from Bobby's house in Jackson, Wisconsin. Thank you, ladies. Sorry. I want to make sure I acknowledge everyone. So I worked with someone very special to me. She has become a mentor in my business and in my life, and just really consider her a friend from going through the journey with her. And her name is Julia Steege, and she is a magical marketer. And she had a very different approach to marketing and business, and I loved it. It was based on law of attraction, but it was also based on what I stood for, my brand message, what was in my heart. So when we were working together to come up with my new theme and my message, and what was my statement, I told her I wanted to make a spiritual statement to the world. And she said, well, what do your clients come to you for? And immediately the word courage just popped out of my mouth. I said, courage. She said, that reminds me of a lion. I said, oh my God. My favorite lion in the whole world, if anyone has ever watched or read the books Narnia, right? C.S. Lewis wrote the stories of Narnia. You would know that Mr. Aslan, the lion, I get emotional when I talk about him, but he is definitely my favorite lion. And when I was a little girl, I had a teacher who read us the stories of Narnia, and that was my first introduction. And I just remember living in this world of imagination and thinking, what a beautiful world where these children got to go into this world and become great warriors and leaders. And they were so respected. They were so different. In the regular world, they were these small children, and they were kind of overlooked in a way. And as I grew older, these messages and the symbolism of the movies always stuck with me. And as her and I were talking about Aslan, she found this picture of this lion. I said, that's him. That's my lion. So what does he represent? He represents courage. And if you've not seen the movies, since they have now come out, I encourage you to watch them. There's so many messages and so many themes and symbolism and just powerful messages for us throughout those movies. But Aslan, as he appears in Narnia, he's this large, powerful talking lion, and He's terrifying to some, he's magnificent, and he's beautiful all at the same time. And he appears in different sizes, which I just learned this recently. He appears in different sizes to different people, although he never actually changes. So as people grow in the movie and in the stories, in wisdom and in character, they can perceive more of his greatness. Well, that resonates with me so deeply, and I hope that as we're going through things tonight, things are going to come through and resonate with you. And how do you know if something resonates? You're like, oh, is she talking about me? That's what I feel like. I've thought that before. I want to feel that way. That's how you know things resonate with you, okay? If you're like bursting. So generally, Aslan comes to Narnia and he aids the leaders and the heroes, and he's always there for these important missions. He helps them with their personal peace, and he protects them basically from anything that's bad or evil. I would love a lion like that, and I actually believe that we have our own Aslan that lives within us. Okay, and that's your higher self. So we're going to get into more of that. But in Narnia, when he bares his teeth, winter meets its death, and when he shakes his mane, we shall have spring again. I love that, and it's spring right now, so it's so fitting. But beyond Aslan, there's symbolism of the lion. So what does the lion really remind us of, and how does that apply to Big Dream and Big Dream Awakening? Well, certainly. Oh, we have Jen from Long Island, Chris from Gillette. This is awesome. Thank you, everyone. Awesome, awesome. The lion really reminds us and offers us the message to have courage, to have faith, to stand tall, to remember your birthright of power. It is so easy in our daily life, right? You get in the daily grind. It's so easy to forget how powerful you are. I had a voice come to me once, and it's something that I transfer to everyone. If you knew who you really are, from where you came from, your birthright of power, you would never doubt or question yourself again. Not ever. And I love to be that reminder for people. You should hold your head high, even in times of conflict, always to conduct yourself with that dignity that you carry. And the line also reminds us, you know, sometimes we have to defend something that's really dear to our heart. That's where I see courage come forward the most for people. Now, I want everyone, including myself, to have that courage and to stand for myself. But I know that when we have a cause, when we have a belief, when we are on a mission, and it's to help someone else, oh, we defend it so fiercely that courage just, it roars just like the lion. And anything in your life that stands in your way, the negativity, the things that wear you down, it's like parting the sea when courage comes out and stands forward. So the lion brings a lot of power to Big Dream Awakening. He is our reminder that we have this birthright of power, that we have the courage we need. Now, it might not feel like that at times, right? It might feel like courage, not so much right now, but you have to just, if you can visualize that lion and feel that roar of the lion, that's what can help you get through some of these things. So, you know, there's times in our life when, and maybe now is that time for you, where it's time to show your authority, and I don't mean in a dominating way. I mean by leading others with a loving heart. I know for myself personally, there's no greater feeling that I have than when I'm helping someone else to step up, when I'm helping someone else to overcome, to break through, to rise up, to reclaim their power. That is the greatest moment in my life, whether that be for my children, for my family, for my friends, for my clients, for someone I just met on the street and wind up in conversations, which happens all the time. We meet, we start talking, I sense something, I ask the right questions, and next thing you know, we're having this amazing conversation, and at the end they say, wow, I don't even know you, and yet I feel lighter. And well, I know that that's, you know, one of those, ever have that, a divine, right, connection comes out of nowhere, and wow, that was strange. It was like I knew them my whole life. I love those moments. So let's talk about courage. I mean, most important, and actually Steve Jobs said this, most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. That is a huge, any of you that know me talk about it all the time. We talk about intuition all the time. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Nothing is as important as you already knowing what is best for you. And that's what that lion reminds us of. Courage comes in all different shapes and sizes. And most of us, when we think of courage, maybe we think of, that fireman running into that burning building to save someone, or a police officer going to someone's rescue. But what about, isn't courage more, yes, it's those things. It's definitely those things. But courage is also the smaller occurrences that we count on from day to day. I think courage is best displayed when you step into your authentic self, when you reclaim your power, when you no longer doubt yourself, when you just feel powerful and that anything is possible. That's what that beautiful lion gets to remind us of. So whether it's confronting a bully, or going out on a date and you're really nervous, just know that you can tap into that courage at all times. It's always there for you, and that's what I love to teach people about. Hey, Janine from Menominee Falls, yay! I love it. Welcome, everyone. It's that courage that you can always tap into, and I absolutely love being able to help people reclaim that and really find their power. So let's see, let's move on here. Our next clue, number 2, was known as the guardian. It demonstrates opportunity for inner growth while staying centered at the same time. Part of this runs deep and part reaches toward the sky. It symbolizes so many amazing things. And of course, tonight on the launch call, you're going to find out why. So some of you, I loved it. Sherry, I know Sherry earlier had posted pictures of the trees. And, trees are all around us all the time. I think, they just become part of our everyday scenery. This particular tree, again, working with Julia and talking about some of my experiences and how things were coming through as my business was really... It was being divinely downloaded. I'm not sure how else to explain it. That would be the best explanation. It's images were coming through, experiences were happening, and as her and I were having sessions together, this tree in particular, which she happened to find, and you'll notice there's a little fellow there right under the tree. He's my little dreamer. I had done a guided meditation several times, and not only did I have some angels come through to give me some very significant messages about my direction and my purpose and my business, but that was where we met. I told her that we met under a giant oak tree, and this oak tree had great power and wisdom, and she pops up this picture of this tree. I'm like, that's it. So of course the tree became part of this. Now what does a tree have to do with Big Dream Awakening? What does a tree have to, what can we learn from the trees? Well, first of all, trees are everywhere, and they are called the guardians because they're called the standing people. Trees hold such great energy and wisdom because they're everywhere. Think about how long trees have been around. Trees are also where heaven and earth meet. It's, they root deep and they reach tall was part of the clue. One of the things that I go over in the program, in the Big Dream Awakening program, is to work with people on their values. Your values are so deeply rooted in you. And I'll tell you that, I'm going to take this off for a moment here so we can say hello. So your values go to the core of you. Now, how do you know if you're living by your values? Well, most of us know a few things that we really stand for, right? That we protect others for. We take a stand on it. But are we really crystal clear on what our values are? And a lot of times what I'll find, in this, I was included in this, is that my values were over here, right? My values were where I would be centered. But if I wasn't living according to my values, whether that be in my relationships, if that was in the work that I did, my career, if that was working for someone that, let's say one of my values is integrity, which it is, actually, is one of my top 5 values is integrity. Well, if I were to, let's say, go work for someone who didn't display integrity, they were dishonest, maybe they were kind of, I don't know, shady, kind of schemy, I would have a very hard time doing a good job there. It would be very difficult for me to really go in and express my best self, to be creative, to really move ahead, to prosper. And these are the things that we don't realize in our day-to-day life that hold us back. And we tend to then look at ourselves and say, what is wrong with me? Why can't I just do this? Why can't I just get this job done? Why am I always complaining? Why do I feel this way? So we're setting ourselves up really with bad questions. We have to ask better questions. Why am I feeling this way? But not like something's wrong with you. What's with the situation? How do my values play into this? When you think of a tree, the roots go straight down into the ground and they're rooted deep. And the tree goes straight up. It doesn't strain to grow, right? A tree just grows. It stays centered and it's growing. We can use trees to constantly remind us, am I living by my values? Am I bending myself? You know, if you think of a tree is straight. A tree doesn't bend itself to grow. A tree straight up and down. When we're not living by our values, you're not centered over your values, where you have your core foundation, your roots, that's when things start to skew. And life becomes a little bit harder, and you become more frustrated. And but as those values rise up in you, and you get clear on them, decisions become so much easier. Oh, that doesn't align with my values. Not a good thing for me. Discarded. Oh, this one aligns with my values. I'm going to go for it. It's right on, and you just instantly progress. You will bring in abundance. You will bring in prosperity, and everything feels more effortless. If things in your life right now feel like a strain, if you're struggling, if you're feeling challenged, it's not necessarily that challenge is bad, because of course these things help us grow. But if you think about a tree doesn't strain to grow. It's not struggling to grow. It just grows. It's the same with us. We don't need to constantly be suffering and pushing ourselves and trying to hang in there and, oh, just one more day. Let's take a look at your values and see where you're rooted. See what you stand for, and then you get to move forward. Okay? So some other things that, again, trees are just energy. They're around us all the time. If you're ever feeling, you know, when I'm working with clients and going through, if we're doing an energy scan and looking at chakras, and they're not feeling quite grounded, maybe you're just feeling a little like scattered all over the place, I encourage you to go outside, find a great tree, and don't laugh now. I don't care if you put your hand on it, if you just look at it, if you hug it, do something. Sit down and lean against it and help yourself get grounded again. Trees have amazing energy. So if I'm ever feeling a little woo, I go out and I spend time with trees, because they're beautiful and they're amazing, and they remind me that I have the power to grow effortlessly. I don't need to strain and struggle and push myself so hard. That I can just be and allow the energy to flow. So let's take a peek at our next slide here. Clue number 3. Oop, give me a minute there. All right, clue number 3. We all have one, including you and I, but no two are ever the same. Some are big and some are small, and the best part, there's more than one for all. And of course, many of you guessed super right, and you guessed dream. Oh, a dream. A dream is a beautiful thing. Now, some of us sometimes feel like, oh, boy, I don't know, it's impossible. But of course, I love the word impossible because it means I'm possible. Your dream is absolutely impossible. When I'm working with someone new and we have a dream awakening session, the first thing that I ask them is to tell me in great detail what it is that if they could have anything, and they can, but if they could have anything they wanted, what would it really be? What would it look like? What would it feel like? And you would actually be surprised how that question leads to an answer of telling me everything that's not working for them, what really isn't going right. And not only that, when they do give me an answer, sometimes I know it's not as big as they really want, but we tend to pick our dreams based on what we think is possible. So if your thinking is limited, right? If you're, and we're going to talk about one of the keys for selecting and choosing the right dream next, but if you're picking your dream based on only what your mind thinks is possible right now, and it's limited, and it doesn't inspire you, and it doesn't rock your world, and it doesn't get you fired up, and it almost, like, not that it necessarily has to bring you to tears, but my dreams bring me to tears. The thought of this evening, sharing it with you, I was getting emotional on the way home from to get ready for everything. I was like, okay, I can't start crying now, right? I have to prepare, but I just have this vision of people like you and I coming together in a world where dreaming is absolutely acceptable. You know, people who are called dreamers have kind of been ridiculed, right? Have you ever shared something with someone that you really feel passionate about? Like you want it so bad. It's what you think about. It's like you eat, sleep, and breathe it. It's something within you that continues to call to you. This is your dream. And if you ever shared it with someone and they laughed, or they ridiculed you, or they said, how are you ever going to do that? Well, clearly not the person you should be sharing it with. You should be calling me, because I will be the one that says, oh my God, that's amazing, it's beautiful, let's make it happen for you. You know, that does bring up a good point, though. A lot of times with dreaming, we get caught up on the how. So when I pose that question and I say, what is it that you really want? If you could have anything that your heart desires, what would it be? They pause. And I feel them, and they're running through their answers as to, it popped in, like they popped in what they wanted, and they were ready to say it, and then the doubt popped in, and it started saying, I don't know how you're ever going to do that. I don't know how you would ever make that happen. I mean, look at where you are right now. Look around you. Do you see anything that's looking like that's possible, right? And so this voice comes in, and it shuts it down. But I'm here, and I get to say, put that voice away and tell it to shush. I'm here, listen to me. What do you want? What does your heart want more than anything? What is it that you would love to see happen in your life? And that's where getting stuck on the how can shut someone down. Our job is not to worry about how this will happen. You don't need to worry about the how. That is up to the universe. But you need to get your heart decided and engaged and involved and get your heart enrolled in this process to pick what is it that you dream of more than anything. That's where the magic happens. And then we release the how to the universe and let the universe figure out, because let me tell you right now, you and I are creative. We are, giving us that, we're creative, but the universe blows us away on creativity and can surprise you with things that you never would have imagined were going to come into play just when you need it, just the way you need it. It could be people you need to meet. It could be money you weren't expecting. It could be people leaving your life that open things up for you. We don't know what the universe has in store. All we need to worry about, or not worry about, but all we need to focus on is, oh, this is what I want. And I want to touch on what is the difference between a dream and a goal. Well, goals are awesome. And I always have people, let's line up our goals to back up our dream. But a dream is what makes your heart sing. Okay, a dream like brings you to this magical place that, wow, if that came true, oh, it would be the most amazing thing. A goal can be exciting, and certainly a goal can be inspiring, and it can make you feel positive and empowered and great. But a goal is definitely something that you're in control of. You're taking action on it, and And again, not that it's not inspiring, but it's very different. You need a dream to make you want to jump out of bed in the morning. That's what a dream is for, that, man, no matter what, this is what I'm going to make happen. And I'm telling all of you right now that you all have a dream that was placed in your heart. And there's definitely no reason why you can't have more than one dream. But I'm telling you right now that the dream that was placed in your heart, that's calling to you right now, that continues to call you back, that's where I want you to focus. I want you to feel that dream. And some of the things that people get kind of caught up on about dreaming is, you know, we love to have proof. People love to have proof. We, you know, I'll see it when I believe it. You know, if I can just see it, then I'll know that it's possible. But I'm asking you to see things in your mind's eye. I'm asking you to see it here first, here in your imagination, and then let that come forward. Don't worry about what is in front of you. In fact, I'll have people, when they're writing out their dream story, I don't want them anywhere near their surroundings. I'll have them go outside where things are, you know, free and there's no limits. If you ever look at nature, there's no limitations. But we put limitations on ourselves and what's possible for us all the time. That's no fun. That's not what dreaming is about. Dreaming is about how big and amazing and juicy and how big can I grow this thing? And not looking for that, no, I'll believe it when I see it proof. I want you to see it in your mind's eye, and then you'll get to see it with your physical eye in your real life. Another thing is, focus on what you do want when you're setting your dream. Don't look for all the things that you don't want. Whatever you're looking for, you're going to find. So let's look for the goodies, right? We call them signs of land in my business, okay? So signs of land, meaning if you think back in the day, the sailors, when they were out at sea, before we had all these technical navigating things, they needed to see signs of land when they were out to sea to determine if they were going in the right direction and if they were getting closer to land. So they would look for things. Oh, there's seaweed, there's certain plant life, there's certain, you know, birds and different things. Yes, we're getting closer to land. So when I'm working with someone, that's what we do. And that's what I encourage you to do when you're dreaming, is to determine, how will I know that I'm getting closer to what I really want? What are some things that when these happen, I'll know that I'm getting closer, I'm going in the right direction? Well, that might be, I'll receive a check in the mail out of nowhere. Someone will come to me and ask me to work with them. Maybe you start getting compliments in a certain specific way, and I like you to be specific because that way it'll pop out for you. People like to think things are, oh, it was just a coincidence. No, there's no such thing as a coincidence, as I always say. It's very specific. There's no other way. I can't mistake it. This is exactly the way it feels. It's the message that I'm taking in, showing me and telling me, yes, I'm on the right track. Some other things about dreaming. You focus on getting better. You know, a lot of times when people are setting a big dream, they, I'm going to use, let's say they want to buy their dream house. Okay, and everybody has dreams of all different kinds. Dreaming is very personal. Some people want to lose weight. Some people want to move into their dream home. Some people want to drive their dream car. Some people want to find their soulmate. And I've certainly worked with people who have had all of the above. And I'm going to explain actually what a dream is really about in a moment, but they set that standard. Once I get my dream home, then I'll know that my dream came true. And they miss everything along the way. And what happens as they're going along their path and things are progressing and moving in the right direction, but they have no awareness of it. Okay, so awareness is huge. It'll change your life. Once you become aware of something, you know what to look for. It's like, oh, there's a message. Oh, I should go in this direction. There's signs that will show you that you're moving forward. It's really not the end result that is the big dream. If you think about what you really want with all your heart, and let's say it is a dream home, and you focus on feeling better, and you focus on how that will feel when you are standing in the doorway of your brand new dream home, and how amazing that would feel to know that you finally made it. And you can fill in the blank with whatever it is that you're dreaming of. But if you really focus in on how that would feel for you, that's the goal right now. The dream in life is to feel that way now. It's not to wait until the end of our rainbow to finally get to feel that way. And the way to awaken your big dream is to continuously, in every moment, choose the thought that feels better. Creating situations and doing activities and taking inspired action and being around people and being in relationships that create that same feeling for you. Because that is what aligns you with the energy, and that is what aligns you with your dream. That's what brings it in. But the coolest thing about awakening a big dream and really being on this journey is that feeling that way now, without my big thing, isn't that the magic? I mean, isn't that the dream come true? Does it really matter that I'm in my big dream home or not, if I actually feel like I would feel when I have it? That's the dream, isn't it? Isn't it living here and thinking, oh, this is my life, this is amazing. Everything just continues to get better and better. So what I want you to focus on is focus on getting better, on being happy, on feeling good, rather than the making it happen part. You know, it's the feeling better thing, and that's really what brings everything into your life. There's no resistance there. We're going to talk about energy in a little bit here. It's about living the dream right here, right now, in every single moment. And I think the biggest rush for me is when I'm working with someone and I feel that shift happen. I feel them go, oh, I get it. I get it. I feel it. I can feel this now. And all of a sudden, it's like the floodgates open. Things come into their life that they could have never dreamt of before. It wasn't necessarily part of their story because they couldn't put it all together. But as they open up and as they choose those happy thoughts, they choose the better feeling, they continue to move forward and progress, more and more and more opens up for them. And that's what I want to see for all of you. But I mean, it's not difficult. You know, we make it so hard. We think you have to work so hard to get what we really want. And I hear that phrase, in fact, more times than I could probably count. I just keep working at it. I just keep working hard. If I just keep working hard, I can make things happen. I'm sorry, where's the fun in that? I tried it that way. It didn't work. It didn't work. You know what it did? It made me tired. It made me exhausted. I felt drained. And every night I went to bed and I laid my head down on the pillow and I thought, boy, tomorrow's got to be the day because I've been working really hard. It's got to be tomorrow that things start to turn around, and then my someday is going to come. Then my someday is going to be here, and then I'll get to live the dream life that I know is out there for me. But that didn't happen that way. When I learned how to start playing and having fun and being light, I was amazed at the opportunities that started to pop in my life out of nowhere, and how things just, I literally felt like I went, and there it was. Whatever I was thinking of, whatever I needed or wanted, it just seemed to appear. It was amazing. This is the magic of making a dream happen. It's being in that happy place. It's being in your happy zone. It's cranking up your happy vibe. That's what I'm all about. When we're getting too serious, you know, when you want to work hard to make your dream happen, that's old school. This is all about making your dream happen. We're here to play and have a good time and to party on, right? So the other part about dreaming, I guess, I want to know, you know, here, do you have a dream? If you have a pen and paper in front of you right now, I want you to take a moment and write down what is it that you would love to see happen for yourself in your life? What is it that you would love to see, would make your heart sing? What would bring you to a happy, happy place? And write it down for yourself. And I want to know about it. If you feel comfortable, post it. Let's read about it. Let's share with you. Let's get your happy vibe going. Let's get the yes, it's possible, I'm possible thing going. Now, let's move on to our next clue here. So actually, I'm going to check in with Debbie really quick here. Oop. How are things, Debbie?
Everything is great.
Perfect. Let me get back to this here. Lovely. Moving right along. Okay, clue number 4. Without this, you are no place and no thing will you have. But if you build this, it can take you anywhere on any given path. The more it grows, the more powerful you will be. Whatever you want to manifest, you will get to see. Oh, everybody had a good time with this one. And this is, now I circled my little eagle on there. This is all about belief, our belief muscle. And really that eagle, you know, nothing's on there by accident. The eagle represents just breaking free of limiting beliefs. We can have the most beautiful dreams inside that are possible, but if we really don't believe that it can happen, then it goes nowhere. It's limiting, and there's so many people that they believe that things are possible. They believe their dream is possible, but they don't believe it's possible for them. And that's the kicker. That's the one where, oh, I know it's possible because there's other people doing it. There's people around the world that are doing this. Whatever your dream is, it is possible. First of all, you couldn't download that dream in your mind unless it was possible. So if it's there and you feel it and you close your eyes and it's like you're right there, how is that not real? How is that not possible? Your belief muscle is just like any other muscle in your body. And when it doesn't get a whole lot of exercise, it becomes weaker. And over time, it can actually, I mean, it can go dormant. I mean, it could just be like not even at use at all. But when you give your belief muscle regular workouts and you put it to good use with all the things that I was talking about earlier, with the signs of land and looking for what you really want and, you know, finding reasons why what you want and dream of is possible, is working, looking for what is good, then the possibilities expand for one thing, but your belief muscle gets incredibly strong. Then it's not downsized by non-believers around you. Anybody out there have someone in your life? I hope not, but typically many of us do. Somebody in your life who's the naysayer, right? They're the ones that always tell you what's not possible, how that won't work. Don't you know the statistics on that? You know, well, it hasn't worked for you so far. What makes you think you're going to do it now? And they always talk like that too. They have that voice. And, you know, they just bring you like, ugh, it's like this awful energy they bring. And it's like you're standing there with your pretty red balloon and you're saying, look, isn't my red balloon the most beautiful balloon ever? And they come up with a big pin and they pop it. And they say, what balloon? You don't have a balloon. They break your dreams. I mean, that's what this is about. That's why I've created this community of dreamers, because I want us to have this place where we get to shout from the rooftops, right? What we feel is possible, and you know that bringing it to this community, that bringing it right here to this community is where you get to say, this is what I want. This is right for me. I know that this is possible. It's in my heart. It's been given to me. It's my gift. And you have supporters here. I am big supporter. You have supporters here that are going to tell you, you better go for it. What do you need help with? How can I be part of that? I know you can do this. Can you imagine? I had a client say to me, she said, what if we grew up in a world where we never had resistance. We were never told or never taught that something wasn't possible for us. Can you imagine growing up that way? Never one time in your whole life that you were ever told, no, that's, I can't even say it. I can't say it because it's just not how I'm wired. Everything is possible. I have way too many miracles I can share with you to prove that anything is possible for any one of us. Life is hard, they say, and they say life is short. Life is too short. I feel like life is too long if you're not living your dream. One moment of you putting your dream on hold is one moment too long. That's not what we were put here for. Do you really think you'd be given this beautiful dream in your heart, this vision that you carry, these wonderful, amazing gifts, to do nothing with them? You know, one of my favorite stories that I've heard is about the man that went to heaven. And he was taking his tour around heaven with the angel. And the angel's showing him around, and he sees this giant building off in the background. And he asks the angel, you know, this is beautiful, but what's with the building? It's giant, and what's in there? And the angel said, oh, it's really no worry for you now. It's nothing for you to be concerned. And the angel seemed kind of sad about it. Well, of course, this raised the man's curiosity completely. I don't know about you, but when I ask a question and I don't get the answer I want, I get a little more curious. So he continued to ask the angel. Finally, he made his way to the building, and when he got inside, he could not believe it, but there were just, if you can imagine, the most immense, just gigantic building ever, full of shelves. And on these shelves were gifts, gift boxes, white gift boxes wrapped with these pretty red bows, as far as he could see and as high as he could see up. These shelves were just loaded with all of these gift boxes. And of course he asked the angel, what are all these gifts and who are they for? And the angel very sadly said, it's really not of concern for you now. He said, what do you mean it's not of concern for me? Well, it clicked with the man that he might actually have a gift box, because what he noticed on all of the gift boxes, there were name tags. So the man took off running. He went to find his gift box on the shelf. He finally found it, and the angel caught up with him, and he said, please don't open the box. He said, why not? It's a gift box. It's a gift for me. He said, yes, but it will make you very sad. The man's thinking, I'm in heaven. There's a gift box, has my name on it. Why would I be sad if I were to open it? And the angel replied that the gift box was full of all the dreams that he never claimed. You see, your dreams, they're there for you. They've already been blessed to you. This isn't being silly or unrealistic. If you've ever heard those words or terms, you need to be more realistic. Quit being so silly about all those dreams. That's what people love to tell us. But I'm here to tell you, you've already been blessed. This abundance, these gifts, these dreams, they are here for you. They're waiting. They're waiting for you to claim them. I'm here to tell you and help you. I will rip that gift box open with you. We will get down to business. Let's get it out in the open. We're going to talk in a minute about what the someday box is. I had a question about that this week. You're darn right. Let's quit putting off our dreams for someday. Wouldn't today be a great day to start working on your dreams? I mean, I can't answer anything but hell yeah, right? Hell yeah, why should I wait anymore? So that's what it's about. It's about building this belief muscle. It's not just believing that dreams are possible. It's believing, knowing, and expecting that they are possible for you. That's what belief is about. And, you know, when I work with someone, my job is to find the hiccups in their energy. It's to find the resistance, right? Our heart says one thing, and the belief says another thing. Heart says, yes! Belief says, not for you. Heart says, let's go for it. Belief says, I don't know if I'm ready. Your heart says, I'm ready, let's go. And your belief kicks in and says, you know, maybe tomorrow, because I'm not really sure what everyone would think, right? We have all these things that pop in. So my job is I get to work with people and figure out where are the gaps, where are the hiccups, where is the resistance, and where are the limitations that are in that belief structure. How do we get rid of those? Let's free you of those. Let's emancipate them and then get you closer to your dream. So here's an indicator of whether or not you're moving closer toward your dream, right? Actually, let me say this before I go into that. So what you seek is seeking you. Rumi said that. So think about this. So what you seek, what you dream of, is seeking you. Right now, it's on its way to you. So if I said to you, without you even lifting a finger, if you were to just release any resistance, your dream would appear in your life like that. Wouldn't that be amazing? So if your dream, if what you seek is seeking you, and it's so effortless that way, why do we feel like we have to chase our dreams, or we have to work so hard to make them happen? That's not how they happen. Of course, now I lost my other thought, but it'll come back to me. So what you seek is seeking you. That's what the dream is all about. So believing that this is possible for you, building your belief muscle. And there are ways that we do that. They are fun, they are exciting. It's about picking those happy thoughts and ramping up your happy vibe. That's how we start to make things happen. It's actually about playing more and feeling like you're working less. That's how you make your big dream happen. I don't know about you, but that sounds good to me. I've worked hard enough for most of my life. So what you seek is seeking you. So if you can imagine, you know, they always show like two lovers in the field, and you know they're running toward each other like this, right? They're so happy to find each other. That's you in your dream. That's you and your dream are coming together because what you seek is seeking you. Now, what happens with us, with our, you know, our limiting beliefs get triggered, and those kick in, and so we start to cause and create this resistance in our life. And when we cause resistance in our beliefs and what we're dreaming of, we actually start to back away from our dream. Even though our dream is still moving toward us because what we seek is seeking us, we start to cause this resistance, and so that's how these two never get to meet. But when we release and when we break free, like that eagle, and we soar above, and there's no limitations to how far and wide and high we can go, that's when it just comes in very effortlessly, and that resistance disappears. And it's a lot of fun that way. And this is what, you know, helping people identify, like, oh, I feel resistance there. I'm going to choose the happy thought. I'm going to choose the better way. I'm going to continue to move in the right direction. Got my thought back. I knew it would come back to me. The other reason that the eagle is on there, I learned recently that when an eagle is born, it's born with a liquid that's over its eye. And an eagle, let me just see here. We have Shauna. Aw, Shauna, I'm hugging you. I'm giving you a big hug. Her dream is to be healthy and whole again. Here's what I want you to know, my dear. You are already healthy and whole. You're not broken. There's not one thing that's not healthy and whole. We just need to restore that feeling. Okay, we need to just get a better story for you, that's all. But I can feel it. I can feel your energy. You're healthy and whole. It's there for you to claim it. And I don't doubt for one moment that, remember, what you seek is seeking you. So it's not something you have to go find. It's coming to get you. Okay? It's already there for you. It's just a matter of claiming that again. I had to just say that there. So when an eagle is born, it's born with this liquid on its eye. And an eagle is amazing. I mean, if you ever look up the power and the strength of an eagle, there's no, like I said, no accident that we have an eagle on the banner there. When an eagle has the ability to always find its way home. And I want you to think of your dream as coming home. Okay, when you connect with your dream, there's no better feeling in the world. When you feel it, it feels safe and it's beautiful and it's just for you. It's all for you. It's like coming home. Well, when an eagle is straying too far from home, that liquid in its eye, as it ages, starts to harden. And the farther it moves away from its home, that causes pain in its eye. So as it's moving away from its home, the pain increases. The eagle then knows to turn back to get back home because the pain releases and goes away. Now we have a misunderstanding in our world about pain and suffering. That pain is something that, happens to us. Pain is just an indicator. It's just to notify you, oh, something's off, adjust. So if you feel like you're suffering in your life, you have some kind of pain, I want you to think about the eagle and say, wait a minute, I'm feeling more pain in my life. I must be getting farther away from my dream. Pain isn't there to just make us suffer. Suffering is optional. But suffering is really that notifier. It's to tell you, whoa, something's off, I need to adjust, something doesn't feel right. And you make a change, right? We change inside, we make a different choice in our life, we take a different direction, we start hanging out with a different person, whatever it is that's causing this pain or this suffering. When you make that shift and you adjust and the pain starts to decrease, you're feeling better. You're like, yeah, this is what it's about. I'm feeling pretty damn happy right now. You're moving in the right direction, my friend. That's called moving toward your dream, and your dream is already seeking you. So, keep it going. Pick that happier thought. Choose the thought that feels better. Feel good. Allow yourself to feel good, and don't question it and say, waiting for that other shoe to drop. Can't be this good in life. Something's got to be right. Oh, no. Somebody taught you wrong if that's what you're thinking. If you're feeling that good, you're on your way home, my friend. You're on your way to your dream. And in no time at all, you're going to be there. You're going to arrive, and it's going to feel amazing. And you get to feel amazing all the way. The coolest thing about working with dreamers is that not one of them ever takes for granted feeling that good. In fact, they love how they feel as they're working on their dream. Remember I said about the dream home? Whether they ever get to the dream home or not, they feel amazing on the journey. And I want to tell you that I think that's what this whole experience is supposed to be about. Look, we're spiritual beings having a physical experience, but it is easy to get caught up in the physical world, the heavy feelings, the heavy foods, the heavy energy, right? Things slow down. We feel like we're dragging through our day. You are a beautiful, amazing spiritual being with such power. And we're here to have the most grand experience. You weren't put here to go to work and pay the bills and suffer and feel lousy and feel bad and, oh, why? Why would we ever exist for that? We were here to feel enlightened and spiritual and alive and inspired. That's what this experience is about. If you're not quite there yet, remember I said it doesn't matter where you're at now, it's about where you're going. Okay, that's what our focus is on. So there we have it. We have some fun, deep things on beliefs. I want you to really let it sink in. What I dream of is not only possible, it's possible for me. I can have that. That is what is my destiny. It has already been blessed to me, and I get to have that. And I'm ready to start working on it right now because I'm going to choose the better thought. And when I feel resistance, I'm going to face that. And I know that I can get my energy to move. I can get my energy to flow. And as I feel less pain, my notifier, as I feel happier, more blissful, I'm going in the right direction. I got this thing. My dream? No problem. I'm all over it. That's what I want you to focus on, okay? All right, let's see. Moving on. Let's head to our next clue here. And that was, okay, some say they've had this, some are not aware. It can be your darkest moments that will take you there. To let you know what's up, there are common signs. It's no accident. It's by the universe's design. Most will question themselves, asking, what is wrong with me? But the beauty of it is it's the first step to breaking free. And of course, this answer is all about awakening. Now, this one is a big one. A lot of us have, or are even currently going through a spiritual awakening. Well, how the heck do you know if you're going through a spiritual awakening? You may probably feel a little confused, you might feel sad, you might have anxiety, or you feel like you're in some kind of crisis but you don't know why. It's all really a sign that what you're experiencing is a spiritual awakening. It seems so strange, doesn't it, to have this amazing thing called a spiritual awakening, that sometimes you have to go through this dark period. Literally, I mean, think about the caterpillar, right? Caterpillar goes into the cocoon, the dark space, and comes out this amazing butterfly, transforms into an amazing butterfly. This is really what spiritual awakening is about. Now, it can feel like, you know, that emotionally, like I'm having this emotional breakdown, but really what it is, it's a spiritual breakthrough, or it's actually your spirit realigning. It's your higher self's way of saying, you need to refocus your awareness and continue working toward experiencing the expanded version of yourself. When someone's going through a spiritual awakening, you may feel like, I don't know what is going on with me. Things that I thought were good for me, I don't like them anymore. I don't know why. I don't like my friends anymore. I don't want to wear the same clothes anymore. Nothing I like. What is, and then what we do, we turn inward and we say, what is wrong with me? God, why can't I just get it together? Why can't I just be more productive? Why? And we hammer on ourselves, and we do that. But I want you to know that this isn't by accident. There's a reason for this. You know, this is your, it's your higher self telling you, it's downloading this intelligence into you to provide for you this needed assistance. So when you're able to be grateful for both this good fortune, right, when things are rocking and going good, and I don't necessarily want to call it a misfortune, but when things feel off, you just feel off for some reason, you can start to really see, like, what is serving me and what's not serving me. What feels good, what doesn't feel good. Don't focus on, okay, this used to feel great for me, why doesn't it? What's wrong with me? Don't do that. Just say, isn't that interesting? That's one of my favorite phrases, by the way, when I'm going through a time where I don't know what the hell's going on. I love to say, isn't that interesting? Because that keeps me open. That keeps me curious. If you can stay curious through any time of your life, you will find your way. You are not lost. You're exactly where you are supposed to be. You're going through something, whatever it is. It's to offer you a lesson. It's to help you gain clarity. Contrast is clarity. If I'm going through something I really don't like, I know exactly what I do like that, right? Contrast is clarity. It's helping you to pick up what you need to. I always say that life is full of peaks and valleys, okay? And you know, if everything in life were a peak, I mean, how boring. We would get sick of it. We would have nothing to compare it to. But it's not always that we have to be climbing up the mountain to get to the peak. But if you're in a valley right now, first of all, if you're in a valley, you know, I get it. I've been in plenty of valleys. And I know what that feels like. And it's not easy. And it's not fun, but don't build a house there, okay? Just know that it's temporary. It's for a reason. So I like to say, if I'm going through a valley, I get in and I get out. You know, in the video games, when you're going, well, not that I'm a big video game person, but in video games, you can go through and get the gold coins. That's what's hiding for you in the valley. Okay, you have gifts there. You have lessons, you have things that will help you to grow and to become stronger. and to build your character and your integrity and your inner strength. So get in, get out, and then it's on your way to the next peak. But peaks and valleys allow us to experience things and give us the contrast and help us determine, like, wow, this is different, this is interesting, this is not where I'm staying. My vision is up high. I'm going to soar above. That's where I'm on my way to. So it's those peaks and valleys. It's moving through those things. It's figuring out that I can be grateful for those hard times because I'm picking up lessons and gold coins, and I can be grateful for the good times because that's where I celebrate. I celebrate. That's another thing that pops in for a lot of people. They accomplish, they're making all these amazing things happen. You know, I have time pass between sessions, and they get in the session, they start telling me everything, and I'm like, oh my God, they've done amazing things since our last session, but they haven't allowed themselves to acknowledge it or celebrate. If you're going to work and you're going to play and you're going to make all these things happen and you're making shifts and you're rising above, would you please give yourself a celebration and acknowledge what you are doing? You're making the world a better place. When you accomplish things, when you're in a happier place, you are actually literally making the world a better place for me and for everyone around you. Because can you imagine if every one of us stepped fully into our gifts, made our big dream happen, and we served this globe, this planet, this amazing place that we get to be in? Can you imagine what a world that would be? It's time for us to step forward. It's time for us to celebrate where we've come from and where we're going to. I think it's time to acknowledge and celebrate that. I want to celebrate that with you. So here's some other things, knowing, because it's important to know that you don't have to wait to have a major life crisis to have a transformation or to have an awakening. You can decide to do that right now. It's not like, oh boy, I don't think I've had a spiritual awakening yet. I hope nothing God is coming my way. No. Don't go there. Don't go there. It's actually simple to instigate change in your life. It's by embracing and letting your higher consciousness come into play, letting that speak to you and call you. And if things don't feel right that used to feel right, if they're not quite a fit anymore and you're not sure why, you're having an awakening, my friend. Welcome back. Let me clear this up too. This isn't about something brand new. This is where we come from. We are spiritual beings. But somehow in this world we've been put to sleep. You know, that's where awakening is about. I've come out of this deep sleep and I'm alive again. I feel vibrant. I have this vitality, and when you've had your awakening, when people say things to you like, I don't know, where do you get all that energy from to do all of that? And you think, what? Because you don't even realize that I didn't know I was doing so much extra. This is just how I roll. I'm energized all the time. I mean, let me clear that up. Energized all the time doesn't mean that you don't need rest. It doesn't mean that your body doesn't speak to you and tell you, okay, it's time to unplug and refresh, and we're going to talk about that more toward clue number 7. But it does mean that internally, my spirit is on fire. You know, never let someone put your light out, right? The human spirit is amazing. And when your spirit is lit up like on fire, you are energized all the time, but it's just in a different way. It's ideas are popping in. You feel creative, and you want to meet new people maybe, or it's different for everyone how it comes through, but it's exciting. It's definitely exciting. It's a whole different kind of world when you have had this awakening and you've come forward. If you're feeling something like that right now, like, wow, I want some of that. Welcome back. That's what I say. All right, let's run through some common signs that you might be experiencing a spiritual awakening. And again, some of these are not they're not fun, but if you're aware of what they are, then they're interesting. And then it keeps you curious, okay? You might notice old issues, challenges, problems, an old memory. I had this happen recently. Old memories for me from high school. Wasn't a good time in my life, but these things were popping up all over the place, triggering things and memories. And when you have old things like that, it can cloud your thinking. It can, you know, make you feel like, why am I thinking about that? That's from far away. I mean, that's so long ago. I don't need to go back there. And so we shove it down. But that doesn't make it go away. It's popping up for a reason. It's asking you to figure out what you need from that. You know, ask that memory. Why is it that I need to know that now? Why is this coming up for me now? Where's this coming from? And it's to help you release old energy. Okay, so when we shed and release old, sticky, I want you to think of negative energy like the ugliest, dirtiest, stickiest, grimiest, almost like an oil slick. Okay, that's like old negative energy. It's heavy and it just doesn't flow. Okay, it's what would basically clog a drain. It doesn't flow. Fresh, vibrant, clear energy is almost angelic. It's the purest, whitest. Just picture it flowing, you know, free like water. It's clear. It just runs and flows. That's what you want your energy to be like. So when old things are coming up, it's to get rid of that old sticky stuff. We don't need that anymore. You might experience waves of intense emotion. So you might go from, oh yeah, oh my God, I don't know what's wrong with me. You might have these like huge, you know, gaps and drops in your energy, and you're thinking, what in the world is wrong with me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. You're not losing your mind. You're losing your old crappy stuff. Yay! But it doesn't always feel good. You might feel lonely or fearful, then go to joyful, then feel happy, then feel sad. Pause. Take a deep breath. I must be shedding some old energy. Well, alrighty then. Might be a time to be alone, go within. If you're feeling isolated and lonely, might not be a time to go within. Might be a time to call a good friend, or you know, just be with someone that you feel good with and that you can talk about fun things. It's the time to pick an activity that makes you feel better. Okay, some of those things that happen. You definitely might notice varying levels of energy. You might, I feel like I could sleep for days. I don't know what's wrong with me. Again, don't say, I don't know what's wrong with me. Say, I'm shedding old energy. I must be having an awakening. Yay! And allow yourself, your body will never lie to you. So if it feels like it wants to sleep, allow it to rest. Don't feel guilty. Don't beat yourself up about it. Do what you can do to feel better. Always say, what would make me feel better right now? You could kind of go for a nap. Okay, take a nap. Feel good, get up. Oh, that was nice. I rested. I allowed myself to do that. If it's, I would feel better if I went for a walk. I need some energy. I need to get some activity going. Absolutely. Right on. Exercise. We were made to move, and we certainly don't move enough in this culture. We sit a lot, so it's good to get up and stay moving, and movement creates energy, gets you fired up and ready to go. So just listening to your energy levels and asking yourself what would feel better right now, and then doing that, okay? Understanding that you do have this mind-body-spirit connection. You cannot think something without feeling something. And then when you feel something, it has to manifest physically. So there is a connection. Your thoughts are things. Your thoughts create biology in your body. So if you're thinking these negative, heavy thoughts, it's going to create that biology in your body, and then that's going to drain you. So we're going to talk more about energy later. But just knowing, having a balanced lifestyle, again, listening to what your body is telling you, listening to what your emotions are telling you, listening to your thoughts. Sometimes it's hard to track our thoughts because we have a bajillion, yes, I said bajillion, we have a bajillion thoughts that go through our mind just like every single millisecond. That's, I don't know about you, but I don't know, they're going so fast. But I can easily identify how I'm feeling. ooh, feeling a little sad. I must have been thinking something sad. See, tune into your feelings. Your feelings are your internal guidance system to tell you what you're thinking about. And then checking posture. Are you sitting like this at work all day? Probably not thinking very inspiring thoughts. But if you sit up and you take some deep breaths and you find yourself smiling and people walk in and you're like, hey, how you doing? You're in a pretty good place, right? So just understanding this physical activity, the emotional activity, your thoughts and your process. You might also have great flashes of insight and inspiration during a spiritual awakening. Someone had answered having visions or intuition. Absolutely. Things pop in. Maybe you feel like somebody just whispered something in your ear. Maybe you get a thought about someone who's close to you, and all of a sudden they call you out of the blue and you haven't talked to them in a really long time. These things that start to pop up where your intuition, your third eye chakra is rocking it, it's starting to awaken, it's starting to go back to what it used to do, which helped you stay very intuitive on your decision making, and things just, it was like a direct download, and then you knew how to move forward, what was right for you, what wasn't right for you. So having a lot more of those experiences certainly will help. You may notice more synchronicities, more coincidences. They're not. It's just, again, it's your awareness now that you've been awakened, and so your awareness is starting to tune into things and go, oh, now a lot of times, many times, I work with people and I will get the message that I need to tell them. It's being told to me to help them be more aware. Now watch for these messages, because we have guides, we have spirits, we have angels, we have, the universe is trying to send you signals at all times. Turn right, go this way, here's someone you need to speak with. And it's like we're oblivious because, well, we're not awakened, right? We're half asleep. It's like we're half asleep. So when you have this awakening, these things start to pop out at you, and initially you may feel like, that seems a little crazy. I think I'm making that up in my head, that actually means something. If you're having that kind of thought, I want you to pause and say, wait a minute. That feels that way because that's what it is. When people I'm working with start doing, they start getting angel messages, or they start picking up on things, they're like, I can't believe this is really, like, I had this really weird thing happen. I noticed this really bizarre thing, but of course they know when they come to tell me, it's, wait till you hear this, it's so cool, because that's how we see these things. But initially it can feel, is that for real? Am I making that up? No, you're not making it up. If it feels real, it's real. So just roll with it, just let it go. During a spiritual awakening, you may begin developing a trust in yourself, a deeper knowing. I don't know, it just feels right. I feel like more than ever that I really know what's best for me. Rock on, now we're getting somewhere. That's what this is all about. Nobody knows what is best for you more than you. Nobody. There's a lot of people that like to tell you they know what's best for you. Don't do this, why are you doing that? They rain on our parade, but no, you and your higher self, that connection, it's not going to steer you wrong. Okay, your higher self, which we get to talk about in the next clue, it has it all for you. Your answers. It's opening up. It's our awareness. It's that we're so tuned in. It's like finally somebody tuned the radio station and it's playing my song. It's all about that. That's what it's about. And certainly your view of yourself and the world changes. Now, again, that can feel awkward. It can feel uncomfortable. I like to describe, so if you're going through an awakening, I call it the gap. All of a sudden, what you knew before and what felt right, it doesn't fit anymore. It doesn't feel right. Can't think about going back there. That could be relationships. Again, it could be foods you eat. I don't know. Maybe you were a sugarholic and a fast food junkie. And all of a sudden, you just get to a point where you can't even think of putting that in your body. And it's telling you and drawing you to whole foods, foods that are in their own skin, right? And thinking about, wow, that's weird, I'm craving a salad. Wow, I could really go for some fresh water. That soda just doesn't even appeal to me anymore. This is you going through an awakening. Okay, when this comes into your awareness, in fact, eliminating toxins is a big thing when you're going through. I had a time where I didn't want any chemicals in my house. I happen to make all my own natural cleaners now, and anything that was toxic, that had sugar, that had gluten, that had, I couldn't think about eating it. Does it mean I don't eat it sometimes? No, but there was this time where that was so, and I actually had a time where I had no appetite. I was getting, like, what's going on with me? Oh, right, isn't that interesting? I'm going through a change. The more you go through a spiritual awakening, as you're coming through that, that's where the organic starts to speak to you. In fact, if you can go organic, that's what we're made of, right? We're organic. We're not fast food. We're not made of sugar. We're made of water. We're organic. So eating organic, what you feed your body, that's what helps with this awakening. So if you notice a difference in your food cravings, your sleep patterns, your thought patterns, the world seems different, nothing around you feels familiar anymore, and you're in this gap. Just keep moving forward. Just keep telling yourself, I'm good. This is happening for a reason. This is happening for me. And keep moving forward, because the more that you move forward, as you get to your home, remember, coming home, everything will feel right. You will start to notice, like, that's really strange. I just met that person. We had one conversation, and I feel like I've known them my whole life. I could talk to them forever. In fact, I told them things I haven't told anybody in the last 3 weeks. Yeah, you're getting it now. You see, you're coming through the gap. Just keep moving forward. Just keep tuning in to what feels right, to what feels good, and that's going to continue to get you moving forward. Oh, Jen would like to know how you identify your dream. That's a great question, Jen. I think you already know. There's a difference. Here's what I'm getting from you right now. There's a difference from what we feel inside about our dream and what we say out loud to someone about our dream. Most of us inside somewhere, there's something for you that you think about, that you want, that continues to come up in your life. It calls to you. No matter how many times you've tried it, or maybe you've avoided it, it continues to come up for you. And it may come up in different ways, but there's a theme to it. So I would encourage you to look back for patterns. Lessons for us and things we want come up in patterns, things we've, like I said, tried but maybe in different ways. And then when someone gets to the point of saying out loud what they dream of, there's a fear that pops in. Oh, that'll sound silly. They'll laugh at me. Everybody always told me I was being ridiculous about that. So they're not for everyone, okay, not for everyone. But for some of us, it can feel scary to say, that's my dream? I'm going to say that out loud to someone? I mean, that's way out there. I would challenge you that if you have something, and I feel that you do, yeah, I can feel that you definitely have something that your heart is set on. Allow yourself to think about it more. Allow it to come in. Allow yourself to visualize it. Don't put it away. Don't downsize it, because this is what I really want. But I think I could only have this, so I'll go for this. That's not where you're, that's not like, and it doesn't have to be a thing, okay, like a new car or, I'll tell you, I don't know if I can tell you the story without crying, but I'm going to try. My son, he had a dream, and he was about as far away from making it happen as you could probably be, because his beliefs, based on some choices he had made, had really led him down the path of feeling like not only was it not possible for him, maybe it was even too late, but certainly, you know, he was feeling a little bit like, do I even deserve this after some of the choices I made? Your choices and things of the past have nothing to do with what good things you deserve. They just don't. You still always deserve those good things. And when I asked him what he really wanted, if he could have anything, he paused. Because again, inside, he went through all of those reasons why it wasn't possible for him, maybe he didn't deserve it, and I encouraged him and said, just say it. Just say it out loud, whatever it is. You know, if you say, like, I really dream of saving the planet from poverty, okay, it's amazing, awesome. Does it mean that, you know, God, that's so scary and ridiculous, people would laugh at me, and how did I ever do that? I'm one person, and so we do this, and we tend to downsize things, but I want you to say it anyway. Say what you really dream of, because when we proclaim it, that's when things start to come together. And when my son said, and he wanted to go to college and play football. Now, he hadn't been to college, didn't go real well the first time around, but he had not had that opportunity to play football, and he felt like he still had it in him. He still had something to show himself that he could do it. And after some work and working through things and getting those, you know, limiting beliefs out the window, he's totally on target right now. He's training, he's doing great in school, everything in his life shifted. That's the other beautiful thing. So your dream doesn't have to be like a physical thing. It could be the way you want to feel about yourself. It could be the way you want to feel in a relationship. I have clients, one of my favorite ladies, her dream was to find her soulmate and find her partner that, you know, that she never had. She was married for many years. Unfortunately, it didn't bring her a lot of joy. It brought her beautiful children and brought her a lot of other things, but she was looking for that intimacy in a relationship where she felt respected as a woman and felt connected with someone, connected with this person who saw her for who she is, this beautiful, amazing, creative being. And, you know, so the dream is different for everyone, and she made that happen just by shifting her energy, by, you know, by us working to remove those limiting beliefs so that she could really get a crystal clear vision and like, yeah, well, okay, if I could have that, if I could have anything. So that's the question I ask you. If you could have anything you want, and you can, what would it be? What would it look like? What would it feel like? How would you feel? Who's with you in your dream? I encourage you, if you haven't already, to go to my website. We're going to talk about meditation in a minute, because a lot of answers are revealed for us there. In fact, those are just some of the signs of spiritual awakening. So it is a great question, Jen. And how do you identify it? You can't think about anything else. It just keeps coming up for you. It's a theme in your life. It's something that you always seem to take a stand for other people maybe, or for yourself. It's something that brings you great joy, like amazing joy, or maybe it brings you inner peace to think of having that in your life. Maybe it inspires you. Maybe it's you inspiring other people is your dream, finding that role for you. For some people it might be feeling like they, just feeling free. Getting up and feeling free to be themselves. Maybe that's their dream. You know, it's a little bit different for all of us, but really it's not putting limitations on it. It's it should make you feel like, oh yeah, boy, if I could have that, yeah, it's a big one. And you know, also my website, if you opt in, you get a lot of exercises that you can do, some fun activities to help you really get clear on your dream and have some fun with it. So hopefully, if I didn't answer that enough, we can certainly touch back on it. Let's move to, we're getting there, clue number 6. Oh my goodness, it's 8 o'clock already. Time is flying when you're having fun. So some have to learn this. Many have never tried. It transports you to a magical place, but you can only go there from inside. I have a special one. I'm giving it to you for free, and if you try it, you may see what you truly dream of or what you feel stands in your way. And the very best part is you'll find out what your higher self has to say. And of course, the answer was meditation, and mine happens to be finding the key to your Sunday box. Excuse me, I need a little drink of water. So if you visit my website, you probably saw that magical keyhole there with that key, and some of you I know opted in to get that. It's really a short meditation, and I want to talk about meditation just for a few moments here before we move along. So why does meditation work? You know, a lot of people say, I can't meditate. Are you kidding? My brain is racing all the time. I've tried it. It doesn't work for me. Well, there's different ways to meditate. I like to encourage people to, and it again is practice. You know, it's practicing it. It's focusing on your breath. The reason that meditation works is because your brain waves actually change. So you have a gamma state, beta, alpha, theta, and delta. There's now 5 brain waves. Okay, there used to be 4, but now they've added 5. In gamma state, it's the state of like hyperactivity and active learning. This state is it's best when you want to retain information. It's why when I'm doing talks and then I have people get up and we're doing different things and they're clapping their hands and they're raising their hand, or we might do some dancing, because I want them to be alert. I want them tuned in, right? I want them to be really retaining the information. When you go into a beta state, that's where, like mostly during your day, that's where you're functioning for most of your day. So it's your alert mind state. It's where you're working, or your thinking mind. That's your analytical, you know, you're planning, you're assessing, or maybe you're putting things into categories. So that's your kind of all day, every day mind. When you're in your alpha state, this is where the brainwaves start to slow down out of the thinking mind. You start to feel more calm and peaceful. This is where we get grounded, okay? We usually, if you ever had a massage or you've gone to yoga class, yoga, by the way, one of my favorite things to recommend. So if you've ever been through a class like that, or you go out for a walk in the woods, maybe, you know, any activity that really relaxes your body and your mind, that's where you put your brain into that alpha state. And you're very reflective in this state. You have kind of like a diffused awareness of things. You're still aware, but you know, you're just kind of like there. And this is again where both hemispheres of your brain are more balanced. So you have your neural integration. So this is a good state, okay? Then we move into theta state. So when you're able to begin meditation, this is the point where your verbal thinking mind starts to transition to the meditative visual mind. You begin to move from your planning mind into your deeper state of awareness. It often can feel also drowsy. So the more that you practice meditation, you'll find that you can drop, bam, into that state more quickly. When you're not used to meditating, you have to give yourself some time to practice this, because you've been in your thinking mind, especially if you're in any kind of just what we talked about, spiritual awakening. You're going through maybe a traumatic situation, or you're dealing with problems, or your thinking mind is way hyperactive, okay, kicking in. But when you're in this theta state, this is where you get stronger intuition. You have more capacity for wholeness and a different way of problem solving. It's literally like messages start to get just downloaded. You get images, you get messages, you get voices. You see and It's like you almost escape, your thinking mind and your body, but this is where visualization really comes in. Now, your delta state. Now, this is Tibetan monks have actually been meditating, of course, for decades, and they can easily reach this in an alert, wakened phase, but most of us really reach this final state during sleep, which is our dreamless sleep. Okay, so one of the activities that I would encourage you to practice, and the reason that I have a meditation on my website is life is too hectic and busy. It's crazy busy. Everything's coming at us at once. How often do we really pause, slow down, and be quiet? I'm telling you right now that all the answers you need are found in the silence. They're found in the quiet moments. They're not in the hustle bustle. They're not in the scurrying around getting things done. It's in the quiet time with you and yourself, your higher self. So the meditation was put there to help you connect. I want you to re-familiarize yourself, if you're not, with how your higher self speaks to you. How does your true self really speak to you? And knowing that your true self has unconditional love for you, only guides you in the very best way for you. Okay? Meditation, practicing, really connecting with your breath. When you close your eyes and you take deep breaths, you instantly change your brainwave state. Instantly. When you allow yourself to go into a meditative state, that's where the answers come in. You can ask yourself questions. That's why I did a guided meditation. So I post questions. And you might think, well, I've done guided meditations and I tried it and nothing came through. I didn't hear any answers. I didn't get any magical visions. It's okay. It will come when you're ready for it. Sometimes, I'll go through a guided meditation and later that day or a week later, something pops in out of nowhere like this. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's what I need to do. That's what's going to get me. Okay, I got it. And I grab my notebook. I always have a notebook and pen on me at all time. I'm old school. I like to write things down. And I have a notebook. It's got full of ideas and things because I don't want to lose it. I don't want somebody, something, traffic or, because a lot of times I'll have, and you might find this too, driving in a car or you're in the shower, like these weird places where you don't really have a notepad, and this is where the ideas pop in. It's because it's distracting your thinking mind, and you're kind of in this, different brainwave. Your subconscious is doing the work there, so that's why these ideas come in. So anyway, focusing, practicing the meditation. With my guided meditation, I also created a worksheet for you because I want you to capture when you come to and you're in your your alpha state. Okay, you kind of came to and you're aware, but you're really kind of relaxed. I want you to capture those ideas while you're relaxed before your thinking mind kicks in again. It's really best to try and do your meditation in the morning or before you go to bed at night. Getting in a regular practice and doing this, whether you set a reminder on your phone, allow technology to help you implement these new habits, okay? And set a reminder like, oh yeah, it's time for me to do my meditation. Or before you wake up in the morning, here's a great way to start connecting with your true self, your higher source. Right when your alarm goes off, typically, hopefully not, but you might have that like, oh, I have to get up already. So hit your snooze button, and I want you to think of your snooze button as your meditation button. So while you're still in between your awake state and your sleep state, your brain waves are still in the right place, ask yourself, what is it I need to focus on today? What would help me move closer to my dream? And just allow yourself, if you feel like you fall back asleep, it's okay. Things are still working. Things are still popping in. Your brain waves are in the right place at the right time to allow the messages to come in. You may find an answer pops in right away, or it might come later in the day, or like I said, it might come a few days later. But notice those. Now you have the awareness. You're watching for them. You're on guard. You know that these things are going to pop in, and this is your true self. Your higher self is telling you, this is what's right for you. This is what you need to focus on. This is going to take you closer to your dream. Don't allow, you know, it's the thinking mind that we think. People say it all the time. Well, what I think is, I think we ought to do this. Think. That's not where the that's not where the magic happens. Magic happens when you're in these different brainwave states, okay, where you're downloading from your true self, from your higher self. You're getting that information. It's divinely downloaded, and then you're good to go. So practice that meditation. If you haven't gone there yet, check it out. If you opt in, you'll get oh my gosh, so many fun activities to do to help you work on your dream and get the clarity and you know, bring your dream to clear focus and just have fun with this. So meditation is an awesome thing. All right, moving along here. I'm looking at the clock, so we're going to wrap up with our last clue, and then we're going to add a couple other fun things. Everything is made of this, although some doubt such a thing exists. It's renewable, transferable, it can be lively and vibrant too. You can learn to raise it up as needed, but be on guard for the things that can deplete it. And that little glimmer in the sky there is supposed to represent energy. Okay, everything is energy. Everything around us is energy. We feel it, and we may think well, I can't see energy. I can feel it. No, everything. I want you to look around the room, look at the person next to you if you're sitting with your friends. Everything, you included, we're all made of energy. It's just some energy is a lot slower and more dense, and that's what gives us like hard surfaces, right, like a desk or something. And other things are faster energy. And when you are spiritually inspired, when you are working on your dream, when you're manifesting, when you're in the right vibration, energy is vibration. You're hearing my voice right now, which is vibration. You're hearing, you're hearing my voice right now, you're seeing different things. Everything around us is energy, and everything is vibration. So when we're talking about big dreams and manifesting and doing different things, it is about vibration. It's being in vibrational alignment with what you really want. It's also, though, making sure that we're eliminating that resistance, right? The resistance that's slowing down or causing heavy vibration. We have I break them into 4 energy areas because I think they're easier to understand that way. So you have your mental energy, you have your spiritual energy, you have your physical energy, and your emotional energy. And if you think about those 4 areas and feeding them, okay, you're a generator. You can generate energy. If you feel a little groggy or you're tired and you go out and you go for a walk, you've generated some energy. If you are feeling a little, you know, I don't know, maybe a little sad, and you put on a happy song that makes you want to get up and dance, you've now lifted and boosted your emotional energy. If you're having heavy thoughts, you know, about some funky stuff, and you start reading an inspirational quote, or you see, so it's having all of these tools. Now, spiritual energy, how do you build that? It's doing things like this. It's talking with other people who talk your language. I call them my peeps, right? You're on this hangout tonight because you get it. We speak the same language, yes? We want to feel better, be better, live better. And we understand that there's something bigger than what we've even been experiencing. We know that there's more out there. So it's talking with people that speak your language. It's eating foods that boost your energy. I said before, your body will never lie to you. Your emotions will never lie to you. Think about the eagle, right? And the pain versus the pain going away. Am I moving closer to what I want, or am I moving farther away? This is all about the energy, and energy generates more energy. Now, watching for those things that deplete your energy. Heavy thoughts, negative people who complain a lot, heavy foods. If you're reaching for foods that don't feel well, your digestive system's all off, and that is increasing more and more, I'll tell you. People have digestive issues. I can tell you right now, you got some funky energy going on. It's not just that your digestion isn't working. There's something going on with the energy, and it's stuck. It's old energy that's going on. It's not allowing things to process and eliminate your toxins. Everything is staying inside. So we don't realize how much of this we manifest. So when someone, you know, is vibrant, they have this vitality, and by the way, I mean, it's not because they're younger. I'll give you a great example. I'll just say her name, and when I say her name, I bet that one of the words that pops into your mind is either, no, like vitality, yeah, inspiration, yeah. How about Betty White? I mean, I don't even know how old, she's in her 90s. She's still going, she's amazing. She's on TV shows, she's doing commercials, she's helping animals on the planet. I mean, she's, you know, she loves dogs, and she does all of these things. She's still winning awards. She has some rockin' energy. Like, I would love to spend a day with her and just be around her, because I bet she's amazing. So if you're not feeling that way, not feeling like your energy is just right, again, there can be some things going on. You need to have your chakras open. Another thing I want to touch on super quick, because our clock is running down. Aw, yay, I'm glad everybody likes this. Hi, Sherry. Is I want to talk about, just really briefly, it's a class that I'm putting together, and will probably be delivered like this, about being an empath. Because when you are a highly sensitive, if you've ever been told, quit being so sensitive. Why are you so sensitive all the time? Most of the people that I work with are empaths. I'm an empath, so I used to hear that my whole life. You need to not take everything so personal. But what we don't understand is when you're an empath, you can feel things that other people are feeling. You can walk into a room and pick up on a vibe that nobody else has a clue about and be like, what's going on in here? And they all look at you like, what are you talking about? And yet there is something going on in there, right? So this can affect your energy in a lot of ways. It can get very confusing. What's my energy? What's their energy? What am I picking up on? Why do I feel like this? I feel like I'm going crazy. No, you're not going crazy. You're a sensitive soul. You are highly sensitive to energy. It's a gift. Okay, it's not that there's something off or wrong or you need to toughen up or get over it, or no, there's probably something in your DNA that makes you a highly sensitive soul. And we need you. We need you on this planet because people have fallen into being numb. They're not feeling things anymore. If they are, it's negative. But we need more feelers in the world to step out and step into their gifts. So that's definitely something I want to talk more about. So that can really affect your energy. Things you're tolerating, oh, that'll deplete your energy like nothing. So not only are those negative people, but it could be things that you really just don't like. One of the modules in my program focuses on that, and a lot of people get a little bit hung up on it because even though there's things in our life we don't like that we're tolerating, we get used to them. And sometimes it might seem easier to allow that to stay in your life versus really dealing with it and confronting it and getting your power back, but it's not easier. Because I want you to think of everything in your life that feels like a toleration that makes you go, ugh. Like just like that. Like just the thought of it makes you like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I don't want to deal with that. Or I'm not dealing with that. I don't even need to think about it. And so we resist it. Okay, every one of those things, I want you to pretend, I always use this analogy, that you have a backpack on. And in your backpack, every time you have a thought like that makes you feel like that, you throw in a 5-pound brick in your backpack. And you go through your day, and there's all these things that you're tolerating or resisting, and by the end of the day, your backpack is not even, I mean, it's overflowing full, and you're carrying around all that crap. We want you to get rid of that, okay? Those bricks, those things that you're tolerating are depleting your energy. They're exhausting you in all different ways. So again, part of this is taking a real good look at and saying, wow, what am I tolerating? What do I want to be different? And not, you know, a lot of times we look at those things that we don't like, that we're tolerating, as obstacles. That is what's stopping you from getting what you really dream of. And it's really not. You know, my program helps you to take those things and turn those obstacles into power. Turn them into a mantra that actually energizes you, makes you feel powerful, because again, what are we looking for? We're looking for what we do want. We're focusing on what we really want to see in our life, what is possible, what is working. And by taking those obstacles and transforming them into power, right? It's a mindset. If you say to yourself all day, I don't have time, I don't know, I would do that, but I don't have time. How do you feel? Rushed? Pressured? Hectic? How about time expands to meet my needs? You think, it's not that simple. Yep, it is. Yes, it is. Because when you start doing that, you go, wait a minute. When I think that, I don't feel good. I don't want to not feel good. Well, what would make me feel better? It would make me feel better to look at it this way. I'm going to change that thought into the, now I feel better. I've now taken my power back. I have more energy, and now I can move forward in a very different way. See? So this is about shifting. It's about getting rid of that old stuck energy. It's about getting to that fresh place where everything feels possible and it's vibrant and you have vitality. That's what this is about. It doesn't have to be this, gosh, I'm just not really in a great place, and the only way I'll be successful or I'll do anything is if I make this huge leap. No, this is about taking those little bitty steps. Just what would make me feel better right now? This would. Do this. Oh, I feel better. What would make me feel better right now? This would. Oh, I'll take that step. Oh, I feel better. You see, we're climbing. Yes, we're always climbing. And now that you have your awareness, you're tuned into your energy, you're feeling things, you're knowing that there's nothing wrong with you, there's everything right with you. Have you ever thought that what you tell yourself is wrong with you is actually what's really right about you? That it's actually what's beautiful about you, what makes you unique and special? It's another thing that I work with people on, to make sure that you understand what your true gifts are. Because it's easy along our path to have things get distorted, for someone to make a remark or a comment. I'll tell you, in my teen years, well, actually, as a little girl, not when I was, but going through the years, and then through my teen years, I was bullied. I had a lot of people tell me a lot of bad things about myself, and I allowed them to convince me it was true. And I'll tell you, I fought many years of my life trying to get out of that dark place. I had a lot of anxiety. I certainly never put myself out in the world. I really didn't. I dreamt of it, though. I had a dream to be doing things like this since I was 19 years old. But that voice kicked in. It was a bully voice, but it wasn't me. And I'm trying to tell you that you can step out. You can have your dream. You can live this beautiful life. And if you have a bully, you need to call me, because let's go. I'll take it on, right? That's my passion, is helping people release that bully energy so that they can truly step forward and find that courage, right? To roar like our lion, to be that Aslan, if not for just yourself, maybe for other people too. That's what this is all about. So those are the slides. I could go on about each topic for days and days and days because I love them all. There's certainly more coming on all of those things. And I would love, let me know, what do you want to know about? What classes would you love to see? What topics do you want to know more on? And that's what I'm here for, is let's put it together. Let's get our community growing. Do you know other dreamers that are feeling lost, isolated, like they don't belong? They don't feel like they fit in. But yet you see them and they're creative and they're beautiful and they are supportive. Are there people in your life that you always feel better when you talk to them? Welcome them to the community. Get them to the Facebook page. This is about growing our connections so that we can enjoy more of this type of life, yes? More big dreams, more living courageously and not feeling isolated, shut down, sheltered, limited. I say no. I say no more of that. I did say that I had some big announcements. First of all, the game. I did not forget about the game. Debbie and I will be working to tally more points. I've been keeping track all week. Everybody, I try to acknowledge if you made a post or anything. So if you posted anything during the party here, and just know that we're going to be counting points. And so I will be announcing the winners for the big prizes coming up. And I see we are at 8:29 my time here. So I definitely appreciate that you've all been here, time and energy. I am going to actually open this up. So if anyone wants to join Debbie and I in the green room, I'm going to do that in a few minutes. I'm going to post the link. So you can click on that and come in. Now we can only have 10 people in the green room at a time. So if you want to ask a question, you want to say hello, you want to share a story, something that jumped out for you during, during our time here, and I encourage you to, if anything really resonated with you, please let me know. I want to know about that. I want to know where maybe something moved your energy, or where you felt drawn, or something like, wow, that's my mom. Has she been watching me? She's talking about me. If you had something like that, that's what I want to know about. I love connecting and hearing things like that. So I do have some special launch, exciting things going on. I will tell you that first, second, third, and fourth place, so we have some prizes. I told you I had a big announcement, so I'm going to actually just show you that right now. If you liked this, and this is live interaction, although we're not quite face-to-face, I have something amazing coming up in May. I am so excited about it. It's going to allow us to really come together, yay, for face-to-face for an extended amount of time. Okay, I have a weekend dream retreat coming up in May. I don't know, I was excited about this. I'm really excited about the dream retreat. And I have an introductory price, but because we're doing a launch party tonight, I'm even reducing it more than that. So I'm going to share the screen for a moment here, quick. If I can get to it, give me a moment. All right, here it is. It is Courage to Be You, and it is a weekend dream retreat. It is May 15th and 16th. It is here in beautiful Pewaukee, Wisconsin. We're going to be at the Holiday Inn, and the whole focus is, basically you finding your roar. It's you really connecting with your courage. Courage is something that everybody wants more of. But I really feel like courage is really as simple as just being yourself in your own life. So a lot of details here. It's posted on the website if you want to see it there. How do you know if this event is for you? If you're tired of needing approval from others, if you want to feel free and follow your heart instead of the crowd, is there something that you dream of that seems too big to ever achieve? If you're craving more positive support in your life, if you've been putting off a goal or a dream for someday, oh my gosh, I didn't even really touch on someday. We all have something, oh, someday I'm going to do that. Someday when I have more time, more money, more this, more that. Is there something in your someday box? Let's unlock it and get it out in the open. If you feel like maybe there's got to be something more to life than what my current reality reflects. Are you ready for change? Would you like to improve maybe your relationships with, not only with others, your relationship with yourself? Is that something that you really wish for? If you feel stuck in some way, if you'd love to liberate yourself from limiting beliefs, if there's something you would do if you had more courage, like really, what would you do if you were brave, right? Do you like to learn? We're going to be in a creative, safe space. We're going to have a fun group. I'm limiting this event to only 30 people because I still want it to be intimate. Okay, I still want it, but we'll have small group activities. You're going to work in pairs. You're going to work in groups. You're going to get to share things. And if you're really ready and you're committed to invest in yourself, if this feels like the right time, then you definitely need to be there. We need you there. It's going to be amazing. Let me point out that if you are currently enrolled in Big Dream Awakening in my program, you do get one dream retreat included with that. These live events do happen quarterly. Each one has a little bit different theme, okay? So that one ticket is included in that. It doesn't include, your hotel room and your travel and your meals, although you do get, I treat you to lunch. We're going to have lunch on Sunday. if you're in the program. So if you're really curious about what else could manifest, then check this out. Again, it's on the website. I'll post it on the Facebook page as well. And of course, you get to learn lots of fun things. The secret to living courageously. We're going to talk about everything from body language to how you breathe to how you think to what our concept of courage really is. You're going to get to meet other dreamers. You know, again, this is important that you are surrounded by people that get you, okay? I get you. I get it already because I know that you're doing this. So check that out. I hope that you'll join in. The price is, because it's my introductory price is $597. Now, there is an opportunity to attend for $697. And that means that you get some very important dreamers or VID treatment, so you get some special things with your program. You can check that out there. But tonight, I'm taking 50% off of my introductory rate, so it's only $298.50 to come to the Dream Retreat. Again, your room and that, we have a reduced rate, so you can call the Holiday Inn. That's all on there. How to get in touch with them. We have rooms reserved, and but $298.50, come on, I know you're worth more than that, and I would love to meet you face to face. This is, you want to talk about my big dream, it's bringing us all together so that we're in one place and we're just dreaming for the whole weekend, and by the end of the weekend, I promise you, life will look and feel so different. You will be ready to roar, I promise you that. If you are interested in talking with me more about your dream, you feel like I'm not sure where to go, you know, certainly on my website you can check out how to set up for a free Dream Awakening session where we just have some energy attuning chit chat. We talk about what you really want. We talk about what you feel is standing in your way, how you can take real action or real steps to move forward, you know, and get you some progress, get that energy flowing and get things moving. That's what this is about. That's what I'm here for. So that is definitely there for you. Also, if you feel like, oh my God, this retreat is perfect for my friend Sue, she has to be there, and you share the Dream Retreat with anyone and they sign up, I have an affiliate link that I'll be posting, and you can earn $197 just for sharing the event with someone else. So you can really work your way down to not paying much for it, because I'm going to admit I need help reaching all these people. I don't know everyone on the planet yet. It's my intention to meet a whole lot more, but you know, if we can come together and bring people together and share the information, that's how many of you wound up here tonight. So by the way, I'm very honored for that I get to spend this evening with you. It's just been incredible. I hope that you found it helpful and amazing and beautiful, and so definitely we're going to have that affiliate link. As far as the Big Dream Awakening program, there's also information on that on the website. If you're curious, just set up a Dream Awakening session. Let's start with that, that free session, and let's just see if timing is right, if it feels right, if the program feels right, if it's a good fit, and you're ready to say yes to your big dream. Then we can talk about that. The 50% off, by the way, is good for 24 hours. So through 8:30 tomorrow night. That discount will be there available for you for the Dream Retreat. So I can't wait to see everybody there. You just got to get there. You got to get there, okay? All right, so that's the fun thing. We'll be announcing winners. Let me see. Anything else? Anything else? I don't know. If you have any questions, you got to come find me. All right? I'm going to post the link right now. Just give me a moment here. I'm going to post the link if you would like to come into the green room. Hang on. All right, I'm posting it on the page. If you don't see it, you're going to have to let me know. Sure I am. Hang on. There it is. Here it comes. If you like to, you should be able to click on the link and join Debbie and I in the green room. Oh, the big beautiful wall behind me. That is, here, let me take my background off here so you can see it a little better. So I got a little creative one day. That's what energy feels like to me. That's in the back wall of my office. And I had those mirrors. Those are mirrors there, the circles. Let me move out of the way. See that? And I don't know. I love circles. They just, you know, make everything inclusive. And I started getting a little crazy with some paint and some, what are they called? Chalk. And it just came out. That's what came out. So that's what energy feels. Good energy, positive energy to me. That's what it would look like if we could see energy to me. That's what it. So that was my white wall, and I had art class one day. So it was kind of fun. Let me see here. Okay, did that link work okay? Did anybody see it? On the, I'm going to give it to Debbie just in case, or I'll post it there too. And if not, that's okay, but certainly we hope you can see it on Google+. Perfect. I don't see the link. Okay, hang on. Asking a question. Here, let me, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Let me, remember now, first timer here. Currently answering, I don't see the link. Yeah, but where can I, see, I'm learning too. If you are not on Google+, you probably won't see the link. But hopefully everyone's on Google+. Still not seeing it? Aw, I'm glad you're so inspired. Let's see here. I don't know what else to do. I posted it. I'll hang out for a few minutes if you... Here, let me go over here. Give me a moment. Hi! Somebody came in! Look, Debbie, we have new friends. You're so inspired. Hi, Janine! Look at everybody in here. This is awesome. Look at, you can clearly tell I'm in Google Hangouts. We have two Janines. Oh, Janine is muted. Hang on, let me go over here. There we go. How fun! All right, so what did you think? Good. Let's see here. Look, you can clearly tell I'm doing Google Hangouts. Oh, let me. We have two Janines. Oh, Janine is muted. Hang on, let me. I'm not muting. Let me mute myself. How fun! Sorry, guys. Hang on one second. Okay, Janine, this sounds all kind of crazy here. Okay, you can clearly tell I'm doing Hangouts. Let me do this real quick. Hang on. Oh, Janine is muted. Hang on, I'm not muting. Let me mute myself. Large video and I can see my audience. Okay. That a little better? Now let me unmute you each. Give me 1 second here. Hang with me. Oof. All right, let's go with Janine C. Hi, Janine.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
This is so new and like different.
It is a little different. I'm trying to I can hear you. Hang on.
Let me unmute you each.
Okay, there we go. And I have a delay on my side. So what did you think? How was it? Do you have a question?
I don't know.
All right, let's go with Janine C.
Oh,
Hi, Janine.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
This is so new and like different.
It is a little different. I'm trying to. I can hear you. Hang on. Let me unmute you each. Okay, there we go. And I have a delay on my side. So, what did you think? How was it? Do you have a question?
okay, I apologize, guys. Obviously, I have some work to do to practice this. How about... Yeah. Hi, Janine. Let's see if I can get this to work. Oh, muted. Oh, we're losing people. Shoot! There, I unmuted Debbie. Janine is muted. Well, I have some practice to do on the green room, apparently. We still have a few viewers. Let me go to my question chat roll here. Oh, you're coming. It's good. I know. Lots of weird sounds. I don't know why it was doing that. There we go. I thought we had it, and then it seemed like a delay. So definitely sorry about that. Well, and let me see if I can unmute. Oh, I think Janine's still muted. How's it going, Debbie?
It's going great. This is so fun.
We're winding down.
Yes.
Well, I will encourage everyone, if you want to stay after, we can comment, or you want to get in touch with me. I apologize that we had some technical things in our green room here. Lots of weird sounds, right? But hopefully everybody had a really good time. I look forward to connecting with everyone. It's been really fun, and putting together some more fun classes and hangouts. I promise I'll get better at it. And then we can, you know, even have some private classes probably coming up. So I thank everyone that tuned in, and my love to you all. I encourage you all to live your dreams courageously. I am here to help in any way that I can, and I just feel very blessed that you all would take time tonight and join in my party and have some fun with me. So I look forward to talking to you all soon. Bye for now. Woohoo! All right. Bye. Bye.